Hello, this is Bug News, and today we're going to talk about what's it called? Commentary. I don't think it's called commentary. I think it's called I don't know. I forgot what it's called. But we're going to give commentary while we listen to a video. And please like, share, and subscribe, comment, Cash App, all those great things. Hit the notification. But so, Cameshia reviews. This is probably I laugh, but this is probably one of her. I'm gonna say best, but it's a good interview, although it was a train wreck, but it still ended up being a good interview. So who she was interviewing was on her panel was a guy who was on the show, Ready to Love, Make a Move, and he came to us by way of Charisse, who we know um, from the editing and presentation of shows, very picky, uh, gold diggerish, and she may have her own money. I don't know. But Sean linked out a lot of stuff. Uh, excuse me, not Sean. I'm treating him like a groupie too. Keith linked out a lot of stuff, and I hope I say Keith prior to this, but Keith linked out a lot of stuff and gave insight. Then along the way, you know, somebody through someone make, in my personal opinion, was making an attempt to kind of flirt with Sean, uh, and maybe you know fly him in, if you know what I mean by fly in. So let's go. I'll tell you this is like this has so many things happening, and it was so organic that, like I said, it's just like wow. I mean, I can't believe this. So and here on Bug News, sometimes I think some stuff is even on the YouTube street is scripted. People need to make money, so some stuff just gotta be scripted. That's just my personal opinion. Um, hope I don't come up missing. But that's where it is. So we're gonna start this off kind of midway through. So the video is titled "Ready to Love, Make a Move," Season One, Episode Five recap by the review panel, and it's on Cameshia Reviews um, channel. Um, so you want to subscribe. She does a lot of work. She does a lot of recently in she's doing interviews, and I guess she's getting interviews that she wants. So anyway. But let's back this up and let's take a listen. Hold on a second. Me. Hold on. Nah, I'm too far back here. Okay, no. I gotta go back some more. I'm sorry. Okay. So they're talking right now. This is why I say they treat it like a groupie. And uh, all right, so on the process they were saying they didn't hear the sound, so I'm gonna shut up and listen. So as you can see, they basically treating this guy like a groupie. Don't know his name. Um, and I think she was calling him Sean in the beginning. So what Keith does, he goes into some details. So what he did was he talked about how he got on the show, and he thought it was really just Ready to Love, but it turns out they say, no, we're changing the format XYZ. Um, and in addition to that, he said basically what he said was, um, you know, they interviewed everyone, asked them questions, um, and then they told him that they would get back with him, right? So, and he said they found him on social media. So I guess he must have a profile in the area. And then he also said some other stuff like he had a modeling career and some other things. But anyway, long story. He so he was watching Ready to Love. I, it was Which was the last? I can't even remember. Ready to Love Dallas, and then Tommy said, "Ready to Love Dallas, you're next." I guess or something. Maybe he's watching that. So during this time, of course, it's going to be a second. They do each city twice. So during this time, he said, "Oh, well, maybe they not gonna do it." So then they reached out to him, and I guess he talked to the producers XYZ. So they called him, told him to come back on the show, told him what the deal was and how the show was being presented. And at that point, he, he went on the show. He did make a comment that maybe Sharice had some type of guy back in Miami, and she was just doing this for a check. This is all alleged. This is not my words. This is his words. Um, but he said when they was at the mixer, he said they had to meet somewhere in a parking lot, and they had to have two outfits, and then they had to go to the mansion because of course they didn't know where the women were living. So he said the men were there all sizing themselves up, and then he said that uh, the women were. He said he saw the four women, but he said there's only four guys that were originally from New Orleans. So I'm assuming he says originally that grew up there because all the guys supposed to live there already. But of course, sometimes you had these industry plants come in and get on TV. So and then probably if you listen to the guys, you probably can hear because you can't fake a New Orleans accent, so you probably can hear which ones were, if they get time to get on the show, which ones were from New Orleans and which were not born and raised there. Um, but Keith uh, gives his testimony. So let's continue. Let me see if I can find a spot. All right. So at this point, as you know, he went on a date. If you watch the show or what have you, he went on a date with um Sharice, and hopefully I'm saying her name right. But they went on a date together, and of course they tried to brand him as him not going anywhere. But he was saying that because he had some child support issues. I'm filling in the gaps because he kind of talks around in circles when he talks. So he can't he say he has some child support issues. So if you have child support issues, um, sometimes you can't get your license and sometimes you can't leave the country, passport, in that aspect. So that he said he had been to different places, but I'm assuming that when the state of Louisiana has probably started, doing the cracking down on child support. One, of- this they do in many states. One of the criteria is instead of just well, if they're friendly, friendly state, instead of just locking you up, it just costs money. They just suspend your license, and they probably found out they get a license says. When I say license says, so if you have some type of professional license, they can suspend it, and you can't leave the country. So until you get the arrears either under control or what have you, in that aspect. But so that's what he was facing, and then he supposedly said he has a transport company and he does one other thing. Um, but he said he's raising his son. So well, I'm not sure if he was in limbo because maybe you make enough money, you can get that rears down or you can take out a loan or what have you. But that's not for me to say. So in my opinion, he went on the wrong panel because then Carmen Fetterling showed up and she kind of chimed in, but not too much. And then after that, um, uh, 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 um, Simone showed up. So at that point, they were asking different questions. So it, um, to try to get him to fully explain. So he, like I say, he talked about certain, and then he probably can't say certain things too, um, because of the show. But he to me, like he sort of talks around in circles. I'm trying to find right. So they're talking about he kind of they kind of like ganged up on. I ain't gonna say they ganged up on. They questioned him, and he said that so the editing and things like that played a factor. Everyone says that. So here's where Simone kind of in my personal opinion, those are hat in the ring. And what I mean by hat in the ring, fly man, allegedly. That's Carmen Federline, the government right from Ready to Love BC Potomac, and then you're talking. Right, so we're gonna skip past this. All right, all right. So here's what So she sound like she's making not justification, but she's selling the support. She put that cape on. So she just perked up and said, "Okay, knock that crypto night out of place." Okay, so now, in my personal opinion, this was like a double question. Okay, first, I can't speak for Simone, but first, I want to know if he used to do have a past. But Simone has a habit of looking people up. So she asked if Cinco, just in case, because she used to date the guy. She probably don't want to date nobody that's friends with somebody else to make things complicated. That's just my opinion. Let's continue. And if you want to go back and watch this and you want to see the facial expressions, this is like at the 47-minute mark, 39 seconds. Actually, I thought this was going to go longer, but Cameshia said she had a personal issue to take care of and bumped off. I don't know. I don't know. People was like calling. You know how you giving up too information? Because dude, at one point his phone was ringing, and you know how sometimes you get up too much information. Like, nah, don't talk about that. Like I said, personal and alleged. My personal opinion and legend. Um, so let's continue to listen. All right, so that's Carmen talking, but the person that said what was, I think his name is Ashley. So she's a little younger than the other women, and so her take is going to be on the perspective of where she is in her life, in my personal opinion. Whereas these other women are the same age as this guy. I think he's like 50. So Simone's like in her 40s, and then I know Carmen's probably in her 50s or 40s. So let's continue. You're selling it, boy. Uh, uh, okay. Did she say we? I thought that's what she said. Did she say we, or did she say he? I don't know. But like I said, that was like like I said, the 47 mark. You can listen in, and you could you could you could determine yourself. Now, in addition to this, uh, Simone is sitting in her bed. She got on a sports bra, and I mean it's modern times. I guess Anyway, I ain't gonna say modern times, but these are the times. She got a sports bra. She's drinking something. I mean, it looks like water. It's a little fuzzy, and she's covering up her lower half. So let's continue on. All right. So we got it. So yeah. So some of the people thought they was interrogating them, and I don't know if he was being interrogated, but they had him in the high seat. Groupie. I understand what your name is Keith, but he's Sean today. Groupie, man, that's a groupie, ain't it? Hold on, that's so Simone got her cape on. So she said she's trying to find him a woman. I mean, that just opens his door for Simone to call him. This is all alleged. This is I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but the number could be passed. Okay, listen carefully because the bus is getting revved up, right? So in all this, like I said, if you look at it, Simone is like agreeing with him and stuff like that. But the bus is getting revved up, and we're gonna let the video speak for itself. All right. Simone just took her way. She just so well, that's the sugary kind of drink. He said HP. I thought he said HPV, but I don't know what he said. I hope he didn't say HPV, but he was basically implying toxicity. Or something up. Come on. Comment, baby. Yeah, she had Simone over here throwing stuff on the nightstand. It's been a lonely time at the Rashid. A very, very long time. She's showing the stuff that cleans your gums and a Snicker out. Like, and it's been a long time at the Rashid. This little teeth lies in the food. Okay, so they're talking about Stormy when Stormy, who was on Ready to Love season one. I think she's a DJ. And then when Ashley had some issue with Stormy and the way she was dressed, dude was kind of wrong. The way it was presented, as if he was flirting with Stormy, but from what Stormy was saying was that she asked a lot of questions, and they kind of put bit and pieced it together. And then in addition to that, people were saying that they probably could have, because people like Stormy. She had I guess, a fan base or whatever, and that they probably can afford to pay Stormy because I think she's a DJ. And when I mean DJ, like a D nice type of DJ, I think. So she's not going to give that up, and then, so she probably has a big name. And usually, you have a big name, you're making a lot of money if you're being booked and stuff. So they really that's basically what they were talking about in that. But let's continue on. I think they're gonna go over that. Okay, so now we're gonna get on to the bus. Yeah. So let's got a commercial, sorry. Bear with just 3 seconds. So, um, Okay. All right, so here we go. Remember I told you that bus was getting revved up? Let's all get on the bus. Give me a ticket. Let's all get on this bus. And let's say a little prayer. God, please don't let nobody get run over and hurt. Let them just miss it. That's all. So give me a ticket. All right, everybody sit down. Let's ride this bus. All right, so what you can't see, but let's say if you go to the video, this is at like 57:44. You're gonna see the groupie, Sean Keith, just not saying nothing, but he's laughing, putting the hat on his head. So if you hear Simone's testimony with her cape on, she's still trying to fly Keith in. She's saying that basically she's saying that Sharice doesn't have any real female friends because the female friends are going to hold her accountable, whereas the male friends, may not. But Sean is like not saying nothing, but then at one point he started eating popcorn. You know how when you're watching a live, say it was in the beach sector, and somebody's getting dragged, and they put up eating the popcorn, or they're giving their testimony, and people put that's basically what he was doing. Sean laughed. So it's like some stuff he probably can't say, allegedly. It's like the way all this is being described is like some vibe maybe that Sean got. He's an older guy, um your intuition is a little different through life experiences. So he just laughed, got his hat on, he ain't saying nothing. And then this Ready to Love community, it's like a sorority and fraternity. Not that many people are in it. It's exclusive. We don't know what's going on in the background. We don't know the politics of it. We haven't experienced the politics of it in that aspect, but uh, we do know sometimes people come out and give their side of the story. So let's continue on. Reason I went to no Florida schools. I think she's going to hell. She's probably from Cherry Hill. So y'all better be careful. She's gonna pull up. She's not eating popcorn now. This is at 58:34. All right, so now listen, Sharice didn't get hit. She made it across the street. We don't want to see nobody get hit by the bus, but they revved it up, boy. Didn't you see that when you was looking out the window? Run! They're coming for you. You don't even know it. You home minding your business, and this panel's going on, and they giving the character flaws. Your own brother. Anyway, let's continue. Just come on. All right, so yeah, so Ashley, who's a nice looking woman, in fact, a well educated woman, comments a lot. I don't know if she has any insecurities. Same with Stormy. I don't know Stormy's level of education, but I mean, so and then so I didn't think Stormy was dressed inappropriately. I think I'll point out she had a dress on, it came down to her knees. It just, you know, it's like a little cut across. She has a little makeup on. So um so like I said, the guy he handled that wrong. He should have kind of just like zoned out and just really paid attention to, Ashley. I mean, especially if you kind of know a person's personality. I'm not gonna say Ashley's clingy, but he kind of should have. Maybe he didn't want to stay on the show, but he kind of should have known. So, and Ashley, you know, she held back them TV tears because you know she'll cry in a minute. So, um, she got up and walked off. Basically, is what happened. Or the editing made it look like she got walked off because Stormy was saying that no, it was a lot of questions and stuff and that aspect. But Stormy said she didn't know what to expect, so I don't know why she would go on the show and not know what to expect, or actually would clue her in. Da 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 da. And then even prior to that, um, what's his name? The groupie guy. No, Keith. He said he implied that other people asked him questions, like Camille and other people. So I don't know, and they didn't show that. So let's continue on. Now, so let's get into some politics. So, hmm, s- I mean, is it Simone kind of representing Stormy's point of view on this platform, which does specialize in this, and people going to watch, or you know, it's not that way. That's what the comments are for. All right, so we're gonna hear comments, comment, then we're gonna jump to some information. I might be a little, I don't know, petty about this, but we're gonna jump to some information. But we're gonna hear comments, comment. Okay. um, let's go down. Let's look at some pictures of Carmen over the years. All right, let's look at some pictures of Carmen's over the years, okay? You always save the best for last, right? Um, I think I have them here. Oh, window here. Nope, that's not the one I want. I don't want to do entire screen. Do I want to do entire screen? Does it matter? Uh, close some of this stuff out. Oh shoot. Yeah. So I wanted to do this one. Bear with me, please. Please bear with me. Microsoft Edge tab. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, that's not it. Window. Here it is, right here. I don't understand, but anyway. So I think you can see this. Yeah. So these is common over the years or time frame. Look at this. Look at this. So it's Carmen. As Carmen eyes kind of change. But what I was confused about, see, you know how makeup can kind of change your nose structure. I don't wear makeup, but I've seen this and I ask questions. Well, but her nostrils here in the bridge is smaller. And of course, she's presenting herself to be fit uh, by most men's standard. I mean, we have different tastes. And then I don't know if she had any work done down here in the picture from her front and back, but let's continue on. I just wanted to show you guys that, and you can come to your own conclusion. But let's continue on. Okay, let's stop right there, and let's do another share here. Let's do another share. And most people probably ain't gonna watch the video to this. Sometimes the sweetest thing is at the end. But let's do another share here. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go to Carmen's Instagram page. And let me do some little, let's go back. Okay. No, not that one. Not that one. We want this. We want to blow this up. Okay, here we go. So who's that? Candace from RHP? That's management, her manager, I think. And this person here, whoever that is. Let's go again. Oh my God. Now this person is very important African lady. Very important, but she's there with Carmen in them. She's very important. I'm telling you guys. So there's Carmen. Her skin tone looks normal. No makeup. I can't really tell because I can't see up under her nose, but this is just me. All right. So let's go again. All right. There's Carmen. There's Candace. I don't see what's his name, but there's Candace. There's this lady, and like I said, this is this very important African lady. Remember, I'm boots on the ground. I see stuff y'all don't see, but this is very important African lady. Oh, let's say African lady. Just say black lady who may be a second. What does he call it? Not first generation immigrant, but first or second generation immigrant. All right, and then that's a radio host. Okay. So we can look at this like this in our house, so we can see that she got high ceilings in the windows and stuff like that. Um, all right, so I don't know who that lady is, but let's continue on. Oh, dang, is that the NBA player? Is that Sharice? I don't know how old these pictures are, but is that Sharice? There's Carmen. But that does John Wall. That looks just like John Wall with his eyes closed. All right, let's continue on. Now, unless John Carmen is John Wall's mom, but I don't think so. Oh, Arena and Ashley. Ashley from Love and Marriage, DC. That looks like Ashley. And then that's Serena. And there's the very important African lady. I don't know if she's evil. And let's continue on. And there's Arena sticking her head behind management industry. And I don't know who that is. All right, so we're gonna just go to Cameshia's site and watch it. I just had to point various things out that were of interest. And the last piece with Carmen was like a little garnish on the plate, whipped cream on the cheesecake. I don't know what you want to call it. But this is Bug News. Thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a nice day.